Bernie Sanders, as we've heard really over the last 24 hours, has really sharpened the rhetoric targeting Hillary Clinton, saying that she is unqualified for the presidency. He is obviously trailing Clinton by a lot in the overall delegate count, some 600 or so delegates there. Is this an example of Sanders perhaps feeling the pressure as he looks to narrow that gap?
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. And this is language this is a tone that we have not heard in the Democratic race today. But I think the Sanders people now calculate that if they could somehow win in New York, and he's down by 10 or 12 points, according to the most recent polls, if he could actually pull out a win in New York, that would raise some serious questions about Hillary Clinton's viability as a nominee. If he can't, she's pretty much on a path to get that nomination, even though it may get kind of ugly here in these final contests.
We did see Sanders' campaign insiders speak to the New York Times, saying that they had hoped perhaps that the candidate would have campaigned more aggressively and earlier. We've seen Sanders' own wife say that perhaps he should have spent more time in Iowa. Is there a palpable sense now that, boy, what could have been?
You know what's remarkable with the Sanders campaign is I think when this campaign was launched, and remember, he didn't even have an formal announcement. He came out on the lawn of the Capitol, told some reporters he was going to run for president, read a statement, then said, I've got to go vote, and went back in. I think at the beginning, the Sanders people and Sanders himself did not think he had a credible shot at the nomination. They wanted to make a point. They wanted to affect what Democrats stand for. They have done that. But now that he's gotten close, the final rival to Hillary Clinton, suddenly it seems like it just might be possible. So I think you can look at this two ways. One, that he's falling just a bit short of getting the nomination, at least so far. On the other hand, you could say, look how close he's come.
Yeah, it enters with momentum, and less than a week out certainly does make New York perhaps more interesting than it has been in years past. Susan Page from USA Today, we appreciate the time today.
Hey, thanks, Josh.